Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of stampwithnellie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK. Today I'm going to be using this gorgeous new Decorative Borders stamp set, and in particular I will be using this one and this one, and this is also in the January to April mini catalogue, 2023 that is. And I'm just going to be using the sentiment on this one because there's no sentiments on this. And I'm using my old trusted layering circles dies. I haven't got a card to show you, I've just got an idea in my head. So the card will have these layers, and I'm going to stamp on this bit, and I'm using my circle. This is the largest layering circle die, and I just want to check my placement because I want to stamp that below it. So I think that's good, and that looks relatively central. Just using a pencil to draw on the inside of that so that I can use that as a guide for where I stamp this. I'm using shaded spruce, and the card layer that I showed is Orchid Oasis. So I'll be using Stampin Blends to colour this. So there's a line that runs through there, and I'm trying to get that roughly on the line of the circle. Now this card base that I'm using is 5 and excuse me, 5 3/4 inches, and then I've gone down to 5 1/2, and this is 5 1/4 inches square. So in fact I will just stamp this at the same time. Now do I want it to go that way or that way? That way, I think. I missed a bit. There we are. Lovely. So I can put that ink pad away. Bring back this die and line it back up again. Got a couple of little bits of these are page markers, and I'm just finding them a little bit better because I can pick them up easier. And they really are not too tacky. So die cutting. I only want to do a partial die cut with this. So I'm going to put that on there. And this plate, my top plate, I'm going to make sure that it only goes as far as the circle does without cutting into that piece there, if that makes sense. That is not straight. I want that to be straight. And I think like that. And then I don't have to worry about me stopping it. It didn't have the top plate, so it didn't have the pressure to cut the rest. Okay. So let me take these off. Nice and easy. Don't know why I didn't think of those before. Okay, so I've got this partially die cut. I want to fussy cut around about there, and I found the best way to do it is from the back, if you know what I mean, rather than trying to cut from the top. I don't know why, I just found it easier to do it this way. So following that line, and I probably will tidy that up, but then just simply fussy cut as you would normally do. And I self-confessed rubbish at fussy cutting. I find it easier sometimes just to chop out bits so I can see where I'm going. Okay. So I know that the idea is that you move the curve and not your scissors. I'm just not very good at it. So again, I just like to make my life a little bit easier. And this doesn't have to be perfect anyway, it's just a different technique, give you a different look. Can you tell I'm almost holding my breath? Again, I'm going to chop that out, add that to my scraps pile whilst I do a slightly more tricky bit. I want to continue that circle up. And there we go. So let me just try and tidy this bit. I think maybe just that little rough bit there. I'm going to go from die cut to fussy cut. Okay, so I want to take that line out. I did have an eraser kicking about. Here it is. And the other line has been die cut out, so it's just the bit that you cut manually that needs to be done. Okay, so that is my partial die cut, partial fussy cut, and I could play about it a bit longer and finesse it. As I say, it'll do for me. It'll do for me. So I want to colour in both of these. So say I've stamped in Shaded Spruce, so I'm going to take the light Shaded Spruce and I'm going to use the light Orchid Oasis, and I'm just adding colour. I am not blending. So just simply colouring in leaves. And I've chosen the lighter so that you still see the stamped lines on the leaves nice and clearly. Okay, and again, just adding straight colour. No blending, just colouring. So you could use Stampin' Right markers if you've got them. If you don't have blends, I just feel that the blends do give a smoother colour. So I'll continue doing this and probably speed it up so that you don't have to watch the full process. So there are a couple of little bits that I've gone over the line, and I'm just using the colour lifter to take the worst of it off. Clean that so that I don't forget the next time. So, not sure what that is. Not sure how I managed to get some ink there, but never mind. Okay, so that's coming together quite nicely, similar to what I had in my mind's eye. Now for the sentiment, I'm thinking I want to do that in there with Versamark and white embossing powder. So use my embossing buddy, take off any static or sticky fingerprints. Do like to give it a little tap to make sure that some of the powder actually comes out. Place that roughly where I want it. Then ink up with my Versamark. Okay, and pop that in there. Give it a moment. Put the lid back on that. There we go, you can see it there. And then I've got my lovely embossing toolkit. White powder over there. And I do have a very fine, that's not the one, a very fine brush that I can take off any excess little dots. I think that'll do. I can live with a few little bits. Okay, put that to the side. And then I'm just going to bring in my heat tool and set that powder. So as you can see, it does really pop off that coloured card there. That is simply going to go on there. Let me get my glue. And I want to clean that excess glue off there. I do want to put some glue along that edge, as well as around the circle and along the edges, as I normally would do. Now my coloured layer has kind of bowed a little bit. If I make sure my corners are okay, can flatten that out. And then add it to my card base. Okay, and I will probably leave that under a large block for a few moments. Make sure that that is fully flattened. I hope you've enjoyed this card. Bit of an unusual technique, and getting to see another new stamp set from the mini catalogue that launches on the 5th of January 2023. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next time, take care. Bye bye.